start, and then if he pops on, I'll just let him in. I don't have a ton to go over, so I mean, I can update them if needed. So, can I have a motion to start the meeting at 5:37?
Seconded.
All right. So I'll start with kind of what's been happening. So the soccer camp, which was Chris Montero's, that was here, took a week off, and then left. It all went pretty much the same as it has in the past. A few updates that will be coming in emails from, oh, hang on one second. He's on in 4 minutes. I'll just keep going, and then he can just jump on.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to hear back from the fire department and the school department. They're going to be sending me an email about kind of their thoughts and a couple findings with the camp. So when that comes through, we'll have more of a clear kind of vision for the future, to say, on the camp. Overall, like I said, it was just kind of business as usual, long days, and but other than that, I mean, school was all set on their end, and it was fine. I haven't heard back of him wanting another date for next year yet. So those things that are coming to me will probably be helpful with a decision for what's coming down the road. The Summer on the Common event from Valley Malt was so fun. I wish it wasn't the last day of my soccer camp, because I probably would have stayed the whole entire time. But I was able to spread myself, so I ended up dropping the lawn games off. The Stanleys were able to set them up for me, because I had to be at the school, because that was when Chris was leaving. That was the last day of soccer camp. And then I had Caprile on the Common, so that it was covered when I wasn't there. So the turnout was great, which I think, Jim, you were there or went. So yep. I think we must have just crossed paths, because I actually walked from Town Hall. And I was blown away at how many families and young families and townspeople, and it was awesome. I'm so glad that we did it. Actually, Andrea Stanley, she emailed me just today thanking me for, being a part of it. And I emailed her back and said, if they do anything else again, because she initially said that they were thinking of maybe doing something like that again in October, kind of like an Oktoberfest type of thing. And I said I would be more than happy to do it again. So everyone I talked to, they absolutely loved it. And I think it was loved even more because the humidity had left, and it was just like a beautiful, perfect summer night with a breeze. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. They ended up running out of food and stuff, so she said it was very, very successful on their end, which is really nice to hear. And there was a ton of Hadley people, which was awesome. I don't know, Jim, if you had anything you wanted to contribute, just because I saw what I was doing, and every 5 feet I was going, I was talking to more families, which was awesome. So
it was a great time, and it was mostly young families. There was a few kids Sully's age, but it was mostly the preschool, kindergarten, first grade families, and they were having a blast. And there was a couple hundred people there. So, I mean, I can see how. The beer was delicious.
I didn't have it.
I got some blueberry something or other beer. It was good. And it was a great time. I think it was pretty well run by them, and all the stuff that you had set up there was awesome. And, I knew it would be a good idea since, they did it a few years back. And, we had a pretty good success there with, the kids having some fun, setting up games for them. So that was great. I think you did a good job. Caprio did a good job. And thank you.
Yeah, sure. I did have, I purchased kid-friendly horseshoes, and I had them set up, and at one point, they weren't kid-friendly anymore, so I packed them up and just put them in my bag. I don't know. Oh, Steve's trying to get in, but I don't see him. So I did have horseshoes, which was going to be super fun, but the kids, I think it was a long day, and they started to unravel, and actually, I think Franklin Sports' idea of kid-friendly and mine were a little bit different, so the kids didn't get horseshoes, but I do have them for anything we do in the future, so that was really fun. I do hope they do something in October, because I think it would be well attended again, for sure.
As successful as this was, they'll do it again in October.
Yeah, I really hope so. That was super. That was great, and I won't have so much going on where I can probably do more than I did on the. I felt like I was just like flying around everywhere that day, but it all worked out, which is what's important. I am now in part of Park and Rec soccer. So what that looks like for me is dealing with the Roots deadline, getting all the Roots platforms set up. Of course, the Massachusetts Youth Soccer Association has changed things again, so it's making it a little bit more difficult on like the admin side of it, but it'll all work out. I talk to Roots almost every day, and MISA is just MISA, and they just aren't super helpful to work with. And Roots is really realizing that, because everyone is trying to get, their teams done and the rosters done. The coaches have to do all their trainings, and some things they just are making it kind of impossible. But I still did it in enough time, and we should be in good shape. I walked the fields this morning with Jeff Mish, and I reached out, this was a couple weeks ago, and asked him if he could help me lay the fields out. So he is offered to help me do the initial layout of the fields. And actually, he will probably help me keep up with even lining them. So that is going to be a huge expense savior, because, in the past I've had to, for the initial layout, spend a lot of money out of the budget. So I figured, why not ask? And Jeff was more than happy to help me with that. So that will be great. I can use that money towards other things that we're going to need for, events, uniforms, anything that comes up that breaks, or, things like that. So that, a huge thanks to Jeff. And we'll be doing that probably within the next 2 weeks. He's gonna go. I have all the field dimensions and everything all set for him, so we'll just go over there and we'll do it together, which is helpful. The first and second grade numbers are exploding, because those are all of the littles who are now not so little anymore. So the first and second grade, I have enough right now for 3 teams if I needed. I don't know how the coaches are going to want to split it up. Frontier League starts later, so they're not even, I haven't even heard from Frontier yet. They kind of like take the summer off-ish, and they start coming back into working. I don't know how they work, if they work full-time or not over there, but I'll start to hear from Jim Ewan probably within the next week or so. But I have 3 coaches lined up, possibly a 4th that I talked to today. So I'll be set with coaches. And it'll be up to them whether they want to make 3 teams or not, depending on the time commitment that they have. And then the new littles are coming in. Oh, sorry. So the new littles coming in, I actually had to shut off the registration form. You have to disable it because people were going online and registering their kids in the wrong division because the Roots deadline had passed and they missed the deadline with all my reminders. So they were just going in and just throwing a division in, which was the wrong age. So to make a long story short, I always order extra uniforms. So I'm still getting the littles, so preschool and kindergarten, they're still coming in. I have a new family today. I'm waiting to hear back from them. And I can literally still register them even the day of because all they need is a t-shirt and to show up. So there's lots of new families that I'll be meeting. We're going to start it'll be the first Saturday after Labor Day. So I think it's the 6th this year. And so that's all set. I already sent out an email, welcoming them, telling them kind of what to expect, the newcomers and things like that. So soccer is in good shape, with it not being even August 1st. So I feel good about that because soccer's a huge time commitment. But I try to get ahead of schedule because of we have a lot of town things going on that we're going to, meaning me and department heads. So, and they're at night. So these forums that are coming up, I just need to make sure that I have the time to put towards, the special town meeting and things like that. So, soccer should be all set. That leads into, I know we had talked about babysitting, bringing that back for the town meeting. So I did talk to Dr. McKenzie about it, and she thought it was a fine idea as long as the gym isn't being used. So sorry, it's Steve. Oh, Diane, okay. So once I have the official date for the town meeting, I will put in a building use form, and then I will try to get a volunteer or volunteers from the high school, because I kind of need to be present in the town meeting, especially if I'm going to have to present something, which I won't know until after the special town meeting. So it's kind of, I got the initial approval, long story short, and then I will, when school starts, I will work on that and get a couple people in the Key Club or National Honor Society or whatever, and then I will put it out there. I'll have Jennifer put it on the town website and town blasts and things like that so that people know that they're going to be able to come out and vote, and, we'll be able to have people, I can have games and such in the gym. And I don't think that it'll be a problem having the gym not be open because it's not during basketball season yet. So if it was winter, that would be a little bit harder, but I think it'll be in plenty of time. So the gym will not be used for basketball. So that will be good. Any other thoughts on that? I know it was done in the past, and it was done through Park and Rec. I think either Diana or you said that, Jim. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what they did? Did they just have games and?
Yeah, I mean, you could set up the games in the gym, the cornhole and whatever else. You could have like a little craft table. Bring a couple of the cafeteria tables into the gym and set up some crafts and stuff like that. Maybe have half the gym set up for basketball, just get as creative as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what Jenny did. Diane might remember better than I do because that was right at the beginning of my tenure here. Diane might remember a little better. than I do, but I don't know.
I figure it might just be to obviously just keep the littles occupied so they're not like running through the school and things like that, so people
Yep.
can vote, especially because these meetings coming up are going to be really important to get the voters out there. So I mean that's probably an easy thing to come up with for things to do, but I didn't know if
I
there
feel
was
like we did
something-
Girl Scouts,
Girl Scouts?
for stuff. But
I can- I-
it's just turning so much, like there's not a lot of members and all that stuff. I mean, I think if you had to get people, like I could still solicit and get the West Twins, Deanna,
Mhm.
Eloise, like I still have a little
Yeah.
cluster of people that I would be like, hey, because they might need hours for something else or whatever,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because they need hours either for even if it's whatever, doesn't even sometimes the
Right.
kids even need
Right,
hours
just for
something.
some National Honor Society.
Yes. So that's fine. I just didn't know if there was like one specific thing that someone did in the past that was just like a super big hit, or we'll just figure it out when that time comes. Is what I'm thinking.
No, I think like coloring pages and cornhole, Connect Four, basketball, whatever. Just a whole bunch of different activities so they can go from one to the other and kind of keep themselves entertained and be supervised, make sure they're not going in the locker rooms and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. I wanted to follow up with Dr. McKenzie ahead of time, so I'm just trying to like do the things as they come up in our meetings, so that will be fine. And then Alex, are you still on? Alex, are you still on? No. So I'll just go into what I wrote for. That's the last part of on the agenda was the discussion on Hadley Media. I was hoping Alex would still be here so he could put his input. So Alex and I have had a discussion. Just I think I have a different misunderstanding, I think, of coverage for our Park and Rec events. So I was looking for some 5K coverage that I hadn't seen. So I reached out to Alex via email and said, could you just let me know when the 5K coverage would be done? Because people like to see it, and I like to, I try to take as many pictures and videos and things like that when I'm doing the events, and then I put it up either that night or the next day. I try to make a reel out of it or whatever and put it on Facebook. So Alex had reached back to me and said it had been up, which I think it was about 5 or 6 weeks past the event. So I don't have the exact date that it was published, but it was put on YouTube TV, which I wasn't aware of. I don't use YouTube TV at all. So I wasn't aware that that was the only platform of where it was put. So I don't know, and I wanted to have a discussion with Park and Rec to see if you felt, we lost Diane. If you felt like 5 or 6 weeks out, because it seemed like Alex needed a deadline, and I wasn't giving him a deadline, which I also didn't know I needed to give him a deadline on, like, I need or would like to see this footage done within 2 weeks or whatever. So he says in the future events, I believe he needs a deadline, and I need to communicate better with Hadley Media about when things need to be published. So I'm not sure if
I don't know that we don't need to give them a deadline. Just say, hey, listen, this is something we're really interested in getting online. How about when you get it done, you let me know. You know, I mean, it's a pretty small operation for everything that they have to do. I mean, they're going every single night with different committees and different whatever. So like, I understand that there's not a lot of time to also then put together production styled stuff for us.
Mhm.
So, I mean, when you get to it, get it to us. I mean, yeah, we'd like it to be in the realm where it's still kind of relevant, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put added pressure on them.
Right. I was just saying because I don't know if then if it's not going on Facebook, then I guess I just need to know that it's going on YouTube TV, and I have to get it so that people can watch it either on YouTube TV or Facebook. Is what I'm, because the majority of my things, people are used to just going one click to Facebook. So I would just need to get that streamlined through Hadley Media. And I was hoping he would be on so I could just have that conversation. But I can just follow up with him on that because the next thing coming up would be our Halloween event. So I will do that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just, I mean, and if that's going to be a problem for him to get done, for us to put something on, I can show up and take videos and stuff like that for you.
Yeah.
And we'll just put something together. We'll do it ourselves.
Okay.
I mean, I know that he and the few part-timers that he's got working for him have a very busy schedule. So if they can't do it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and I have, like I said, I always try to put something up, and hold on, they're all trying to get back in. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
No one can get back in. I don't know why. So, so yeah, I'll just go over that with Alex, and that was really my only thing. I just wanted to bring that up with you guys to see how everyone felt about that. If you were okay with me just doing it, if Alex and they were too busy and getting it up there and things like that, which
You always put good reels and stuff on, so of course nobody minds that you do it.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure, like, because I don't, like you said, I don't want to put extra pressure on him and then me say, 6 weeks out, can I have my 5K footage, and then put pressure on Alex when he hasn't had a chance to do it yet. So that's all.
Yeah.
I can just give him the dates of my event, and if he can cover them, he can cover them, and then if he can't, he can't. We can cover them, like you said, between, you taking pictures, Diane. I have people send me pictures all the time, and then we can just. Oh, Diane's coming back. Let's see.
Quiet. Okay, thank you. I'm back in.
Hello.
I have moved, but not that much does the service has,
It's okay. I'll quickly recap. I was just talking to Jim about just if Hadley Media isn't able to cover one of our events, if you guys were okay with just like how I usually do it, like put together a reel and things like that, and just put something together on Facebook, because I had reached out to him for some footage on the 5K because I thought it had been, a little bit since I had seen anything, and it was posted on YouTube TV, which I don't use that platform at all. So I guess Alex is looking more for a deadline. If I need a deadline, like a hard deadline, which I don't really need a deadline, but I just think 6 weeks later, someone probably isn't going to be super interested in watching, something that they've done, a month and a half prior. So
I'm fine with that.
Okay. And I'll reiterate that to Alex. I don't want to put any other pressure on things, like Jim and I were saying, he has a lot to cover. So if for some reason he can't cover it, then I can pull it off between the people that take pictures and send it to me, and the stuff that I do. I always try to take pictures when I'm at the events. But I always just like to ask. So that was really just my discussion for Hattie Media. And other than that, that's it. I'm in soccer land and public forum land, which will be starting tomorrow night. The public forums are starting, so I'll be going to those. And just busy.
Well, thank you.
Yes. And I will keep everyone up to date on what about the soccer camp that already went by with Chris Montero. There'll probably be some emails coming forward. Fire won't have it anytime soon because they're buried with getting prepared for all these town meetings and things like that, and same with school. But within the next month, I suspect I'll be getting those 2 emails.
Now, do you feel comfortable telling us what kind of issues you think you're expecting because of it?
I think it's better if I wait.
About soccer?
Yeah. I think it's better if I just wait.
I think Steve would like to be on it too. Or hear
if I wait to send it in the email, because I know fire, it's definitely going to be a letter. And I believe Dr. McKenzie is also going to write just a letter, in general. So I don't really have a lot of other things to say.
Gotcha.
But I would think before our next meeting, I might have those 2 pieces. If not, I would have something and could probably be more specific.
Okay.
If that, I know that's not really helpful, but
no, that's fine. I get it.
Yeah. So, other than that, everything's going great. It's busy, which is great. And I didn't know, I looked at the calendar real quick before I jumped it on. I didn't know, I was thinking of, this might not work, but if having like a set day, like the last Wednesday of a month, does that work for you guys? Because that's what it's kind of been going at, but it doesn't matter to me. I was just throwing it out there.
So it normally would, but I have football from 5:30 to 8 for the first 2 months. Well, for August, I'll have it. It's 4 days a week until school starts, and then it's so it's Monday through Thursday until school starts, and then it's like, hold on, oh nope, she's not back. Then it's like Monday, Wednesday, Suzanne, when football starts or when school starts, what does the football practice schedule go to? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Okay, so then it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I mean, I could jump on and do a meeting at 5:30 and just have the other coaches start the warm-ups and do all that stuff. But yeah, so we'll just keep it. We'll do it whatever days you guys agree to. I'm fine. I'll make it work.
Honestly, it doesn't matter on the day because I know everyone's schedule is so tough. In August, so the last week of August, what day is best for any of you? None?
Pick a date. I'll make sure I'm there.
Yeah, no? I like I would have to do like the 18th, 19th of August.
The week before?
Leave on the 20th. I think I could do the
Go ahead, Diane.
She froze. Oh, we're here a little, Diane. You're still frozen.
through the rest of the month.
There you are. We got you back.
Okay.
Kinda.
Sort of.
18th or 19th, whatever that Monday or Tuesday is. I don't know what the 20th is.
Yeah, the 18th is a Monday. Tuesday is the 19th.
Yeah, and then I leave the 20th for the rest of the month. Like out of
Is
the country.
19th? Does that work for you, Diane?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jim, is that okay? And then
Perfect.
I'll send it to Steve and see if that's okay with Steve. And if not, we can move it. I can move it a week or whatever. I'll hopefully have more information. I would like to have those two pieces of information to share. But as soon as I get those, I will forward them to the board, to all of you, so you can see
Okay.
them. So right now, I'll tentatively schedule our meeting for August 19th at 5:30. I'll send an email out to all three of you. And when I get more items on the agenda, and then we'll go from there. I'll just quickly check with Steve via text or whatever to see if make sure that date's okay with him. And then we should be good to go.
Sounds
And
good.
that's it. It is 6:09 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn at 6:09 p.m.?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
All right. Thank you all very much, and